So today our topics, after the defects in the last class we have discussed about the defects. So we will continue with next topic, that is lattice, right? In the solid state itself we have this topic, that is about the lattice, also called as lattice cell, right? So now we'll see what lattice is. So first I will say the definition of lattice cell. So here we need to understand the lattice, we need to understand the points and then unit cell. Then we are going to learn how many types of unit cells are present. So how many types of unit cells we have, that we are going to discuss. So before that, first we need to understand what lattice is. So what lattice is, I'll write the definition first over here. So here lattice is nothing but regular arrangement of constituent particles. Regular arrangement of constituent particle is called lattice, or you can say regular arrangement of you can say three-dimensional arrangement, regular three-dimensional arrangement of points is called lattice. So any of these two definition you can consider for lattice, right? Now after that, next you can say what we are considering about the points and what is constituent particle is, right? So constituent particles is nothing but we can say atoms, molecules, ions are considered as constituent particles, right? Now suppose if I have a constituent particle like this, suppose I am having one atom in this way, right? So if I say this is one atom, the second atom is going to be arranged in this way, second atom. Okay, so now the center of this atom is called a sphere or point. The center of atom is going to be considered as point, right? So this is the atom and this one is the point. So total atom is called as what? Constituent particle, and center of the atom is considered as what? Point. So in the solid state we have atoms are arranged by attractive forces in a close proximity, so one after another they are arranged in a regular way in total three-dimensional form is called lattice. Now we will try to make a lattice, so a regular arrangement of atoms. So how we are going to arrange the atoms? So here instead of this drawing total atom, we are just drawing what? One point. So instead of atom, what we can present over here? Only points. So I am just putting points over here to represent the lattice, total lattice. So 1 point, 2 point, 3 point, 4, 5. This is nothing but constituent particles. So we are just mentioning the points instead of atom. Okay. So now after that, I am just putting next row of atoms in this way. So you can say why I am just drawing the points in the center over here, why not over here? So if you see, if we arrange the atom like this, see, if I have arranged the atom like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, then the atoms which I am going to draw over here, this is going to be occupy this space to make it close proximity. So they are going to occupy all these space. If I am just putting on the atom, so the attachment of atom is not going to be perfect and the solid is not going to be stronger. To make the stronger solid, the one row atom, after that the second row atom is going to occupy the maximum space. They are not going to leave more space over here. If I draw this atom over here in this way, so they are going to leave more space over here. So if I draw the atom over here, then they are going to have less space between them. Close proximity they are going to get. So in order to get the close proximity, because of the more attraction, they are going to be present over here. So instead of atom we are having point. That is why I am just making some distance over here. Understand? So this part you must understand perfectly how we are drawing the atoms. Now one more atom is going to be over here, right? So now next row of atom, one more row of atom if we draw, it will be over here. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. One more row of atom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is nothing but the lattice here, right? Lattice. So in the lattice what we have? Points or atoms. So either you can say points or you can say constituent particles. Both are same. So the only thing you need to understand is point is nothing but the center, the sphere of the atom is considered as point, and the atom molecules or ions in the solid is considered as what? Is considered as what? Constituent particles. So either you say atom, ion, molecule, or you say constituent particle. Correct. Even if you are considering point, if you are saying point in the solid state, that is also considered as atom, ion, or molecule, right? So now point, constituent particle, understand. And the regular arrangement of that, the regular three-dimensional arrangement of point or constituent particle is called lattice. So this is the lattice now. Now what is lattice? After that lattice, what is unit cell? What is unit cell? So that we are going to understand. Unit cell, which is very important over here. So unit cell is nothing but the regular arrangement of cells, the regular three-dimensional arrangement of cells in a continuous manner produce a lattice is called unit cell. So unit cell is nothing but regular arrangement of units in a three-dimensional way, which makes a lattice is called unit cell. So unit cell. Here I am going to write unit cell. So what unit cell is? The regular arrangement of units, the regular three-dimensional arrangement of units, which makes a lattice is called unit cell. So here only we are showing the points. So these points, when I just combine those points, they are going to present what? They are going to present a particular unit cell. So how they are going to be, that I can just make over here. So I just make one unit cell in these points, and I'll show you how they are going to be formed, right? Suppose I am having these points. If I am just making these 2 points, okay, and then I am just making these 2 points and these 2 points, and one in this way, and this way when I join. So this one is going to be one unit cell, and it will continue. If I make one more over here in this way, and one more over here in this way, and then having one more unit cell. So in this way the unit cell will continue. So one unit cell, second unit cell, third unit cell. So unit cell, when we are going to make the unit cell one after another, so the unit cell, the combined form of unit cell, we are going to make a lattice. So the combination of unit cell. So when we are joining the points, with one another, when we are making the atoms with the center of atoms, we can make a unit cell. So we are having unit cell, we are getting that unit cell. So normally when we are studying about the unit cell, we are having cubic unit cell. We are having number of unit cell, and the type of unit cell we are going to study later. But here the type of different unit cell we are going to study later. But here we are going to study about the number of atoms which are present in the unit cell. So based on the type of atom where the unit cell is having, we are going to study different about the unit cell. So I'll just explain. In the unit cell, normally we are going to study about the cubic unit cell. So cubic unit cell, if you see, so in the cubic unit cell, it is like a cube. If you see, we have a cube. In this cube we are having, like if I draw also, I can draw in this way. See, to make you understand, I'm just drawing a cube. This cube is going to be one unit cell, suppose. So what we have in this cubic unit cell, what we have is the length, width. See, A is equal to B is equal to C. Height, length and width is going to be equal. height, length and width is going to be equal, and they are going to form alpha is equal to beta is equal to gamma is equal to 90 degree. So they are maintaining 90 degree angle. So they are making, all of them is just making, all the sides just making 90 degree angle. So height, length and width is going to be equal. So that is what we call the cubic unit cell. So normally about the atoms in the unit cell, where the atoms are present in the unit cell. So based on the atom in the unit cell, how many types of unit cell we have, that we can better understand by taking the example of cubic unit cell. So now how many type of unit cell we have, that we'll see. So based on the atoms, if you see where we are having the atoms in the particular unit cell, based on that we are going to have total 4 unit cell. Normally I used to say 2 type of unit cell, that I just explain now. So just to see, I am just rubbing this, then I am going to show you. So this side I am just rubbing over here. See. So this part I am just putting like this. Now I am just showing you type of unit cell, how many types of unit cell we have. So here I am just putting types of unit cell. Types of unit cell. So if you see, there are majorly 2 types. How many types we have? 2 types. So first is going to be, here I am just writing simple unit cell. Simple unit cell. Okay, simple unit cell. And here we are having centered unit cell. Centered unit cell. Right? So this simple unit cell is also called as primitive unit cell. So don't be confused with this. Primitive is nothing but simple only. Primitive unit cell, it is also called as primitive unit cell. But centered unit cell, again we are having 3 types. So just I am just making over here. So first one is body centered. First one is body centered. Second one is face centered. Second one is face centered. And third one is body centered, face centered, and third one is side centered. Side centered, right? So any 2 side centered, right? Body centered, face centered, and side centered. So these are the type of unit cell we have. So simple, body centered, and face centered. So after this unit cell, if you see these 3 unit cell, we can say 2 unit cell. The second one is again divided 3 types. But if you want, you can say 4 types: simple, body centered, face centered, and side centered. Right? Side centered. So you can directly say 4 types. In your books, maybe they are giving you the 4 types directly. Simple. So now we are going to understand all these 4 types separately, one after another. So first we will go for simple unit cell or primitive unit cell. So first one I am going to explain you first. So simple unit cell. Simple unit cell. So see, in this simple unit cell, where the atoms are present. So in this simple unit cell, if I draw the unit cell, it will be like this. This is going to be very important. You must need to understand this perfectly. So listen carefully over here. See, this is a cubic cell. So in this cubic cell, where the atoms are present, suppose we are having atoms over here. So one atom I am having over here. One atom, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So total 8 atoms we have. Total how many atoms we have? 8 atoms we have. So in these 8 atoms, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 atoms are present, and all the 8 atoms are present in the corners. So only atoms are present on the corners. Only atoms are present in the corners in the simple unit cell. Now if you are talking about this particular one atom, so how much this atom is contributed to this particular cell? Suppose this is a simple cube we have. So in this way, if I draw the cube, so if I am having one atom over here, so how much this atom is contributed for this particular cell? that we need to understand. So if you see this total atom, if I divide this particular atom into two, then it is going to be half is going to be separate only, half is not at all contributing to this. In that half also, if you see, we have in this half, if I draw only half, then it will be like this. In the unit cell, if I draw only half, so the half is going to be in this way. This is going to be very important. And half I am just separating. Half unit, half atom I am just separating. Only half. In that half also, if I make, I will make 4 parts of it. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So only fourth part of the half. Fourth part, this part is only belongs to this particular cell. So this part is belongs to this particular unit cell. That means in the half 1/4, but in the half cell 1/4 I am saying. If I take one cell, for one atom, for half atom we have 1/4. Then for one atom we have 1/8. That means one atom contributed 1/8 of its part for this particular cell. That means this particular atom we are seeing over here in the corner, this atom is sharing only 1/8 part of it to this particular cell, and the remaining they are sharing with the neighboring particular cell, neighboring unit cell. They are sharing the other part. So if you see this one is also sharing 1/8. This one is also sharing 1/8. So all atom sharing only 1/8 part of it to this particular cell. So based on that, this particular cell belongs to how many atom? If we see, so in this we can say, here I'll just show you. So now if you see, when we are going to show simple unit cell, so in the simple unit cell we have total simple unit cell, we have total 8 atoms. So total 8 atoms. So and all of them are belongs to corner, right? Corner. So corner, how many atoms we have? 8. And each atom is sharing how much part? 1/8. So 8 into 1/8 is equal to total 1. That means total atom present in one unit cell is going to be 1 only. So because each atom is sharing 1/8 part, and such we have 8 atoms. Each atom is sharing 1/8 part, and such how many we have? 8. So 8 into 1/8 is equal to 1. That means this unit, simple unit cell is having how many atom belongs to it personally? Only 1. So this is what we call simple unit cell. So and this portion you need to understand. Then only you can understand how many atoms we are going to have in the corner. So in the corner we have 1 atom, and that 1 atom sharing only 1/8 part of it to this particular unit cell. That you need to understand. Then after that we can go for the second unit cell, that is body centered. So we discuss body centered. So body centered cubic cell, body centered cubic cell, body centered cubic cell. Now next, second one I am showing body centered. Cubic cell you can say, or unit cell you can say. So body centered cubic cell or unit cell. So in this what we have a simple unit cell in this way, right? So in this unit cell, 8 atoms we have in the corner. First of all, like simple, 8 atoms we have in the corner, and one we have inside. Suppose a box we have, a cubic box we have. Inside that box we have 1 atom. So inside that box we have that 1 atom. Like we are having one room where the height, length and width of the room is same, and in the corner we have 8 atoms, and at the center we have 1 atom. So now if you see total, if you see in the corner we have 8, so total atom belongs to this particular body center unit cell, how many we have? So that we can say. So how we can calculate? So number of atoms in body center. Number of atoms in body center. Body center unit cell. Number of atoms in body center unit cell. So first we need to go for corner. How many corner we have? 8. So 8 atoms we have in the corner, and each one is sharing how much? 1/8 part of it. So by that we are getting how many? 1 atom. Now in the body center we have 1. So in the body center we have 1, and that belongs to this particular cube only because they are present inside. So total 1 atom is belongs to this particular cube only. So in that way we can say in the body center we have 1 into 1 is equal to 1. So total atoms present in this body center unit cell is equal to 2. So they can ask the simple questions over here. How many atoms are present in the body center cubic cell or body center unit cell? So total how many atoms we are going to get? That is 2. 2 body center. 2 atoms are present in the body center unit cell. In the same way, we can go for a face center also. So this is the second type, body center. Simple, we understand. Then we have started second, body center unit cell. Then we are going for face center unit cell also. The third one, the face center unit cell. So that I will explain now. So here I am just showing you. Okay, now third one, face center unit cell. So we are taking one again same example. We are taking the example of one unit cell. Better I just drop to the unit cell so that you understand perfectly. Suppose this is one unit cell we have. So in the face center, first of all the corners is having atoms. Okay, all the corners is having atoms. So how many corners we have? 8 corners. So 8 corners is having 8 atoms. Now on the faces we have, on the all faces we have one atom. So how many faces we have? First up and one is down. So this first face, this is second face. Okay. Then we have side, 2 sides. This side we have one atom and this side also we have one atom, right? And then we have a front side, a front face, and we have a back face, right? So how many atoms totally we are getting? How many atoms we are getting totally? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Total 6 atoms. 2 up and down, 2 sides, and front and back 2. So total 6 face atoms we have. So 6 atoms are there on the face and 8 atoms are there on the corner. Now how many total atoms belong to this particular face center unit cell? So already we know about the corner atom. But for the face atom, if you are talking about the face atom, so face atom is present on the face. Suppose this is what we have one cell and this is another cell we have, suppose. So here we have in this way. At this face we are having one atom. So this particular atom is showing half of that portion of this particular atom is in this cell and the half is present in this cell. So this particular atom if present in the face is belongs to half for one cell and half for another cell. So each atom in the face is sharing half of its part to a particular cell and half of another part to another cell. So in this way, the contribution of face atom is going to be half. So in that way we can say how many total atoms are present in the face center. That we can say number of atoms in face center cubic matter. Face center unit cell. In the corner, first we have to go for corner. So corner, how many we have? In corner we have 8 atoms and how much they are contributing? 1/8 of each one. So it is going to be 1. And now what about the face? Face center, if you are talking about the face, we are having total 6 faces, 6 atoms in the faces. So 6 faces we have and 6 atoms we have. And each atom is sharing 1/2th part of it to this particular cell. Then it is becoming what? 3 if we calculate. So how many total we are getting? Total atoms we are getting is equal to 4. So total atoms which belongs to this particular cell is going to be 4. In the body center, how many we got? 2. In the simple, we got only 1. So this is what we have about the face center. Now last we have, that is last cell, that is fourth one, side centered unit cell. So side centered unit cell, I just show you over here. After the body center, we have side centered unit cell. So here I am writing. Now in this unit cell, same one unit cell we have. First of all, we have atoms on the corners. So 8 atoms we have on 8 corners. 8 corners is having 8 atoms. And now we need to take 2 sides, any 2 sides, whether it is up or down, or front or back, or 2 sides. So any 2 atoms, we need to consider any 2 sides of the particular unit cell where we are having the atoms. So first 8 atoms we have on the corner, and we are having 2 atoms on any 2 opposite sides. So these 2 atoms. So that many number of atoms are present. So these atoms is present side center, right? Now in this total, this particular cell is having how many atoms? That also we can calculate in the same way. So side center, I am writing over here, side center unit cell. First in the corner, again simply we can write corner is equal to 8 atoms, and each one is sharing 1/8 part, so it is going to be 1. And now on the side we have 2 atoms, and each one is sharing same like face. In face they are sharing only half of its part, so it is going to be 1. So total atom in this present like body center 2. So same like body center, they are sharing 2 atoms for this particular side center unit cell. So this is what we have about the 4 types of cells based on the atoms which are attached. So number of atoms which we have seen. So first the atoms are present on the corners, 8 atoms. Then in the face center, in the body center, we have at the center of the body, Then we have face center. On the 6 faces we have atoms. Then in the side center we have, on any 2 sides we have 2 atoms. So based on that, how many exact number of atoms which are present in the given unit cell also we have seen. So this is what we have about this particular type of cell. Then we'll continue with this solid state in the next topic. I'll explain the next topic like types of unit cell. Again we have so many types of unit cell, different cells we have based on the type, length, width and angles. We are going to get number of unit cells. That also we are going to discuss in the next class. So this is what we have about this type of unit cells. Hope you understand. And if you want more videos, so better appreciate us, like our videos, share our videos, and don't forget to subscribe. If you subscribe, you will get the notification. So based on that notification, you understand like you are getting our videos and all. So don't forget to subscribe our channel so that you can get the more videos from more topics. Thank you.